Hello friends, this is Neha Tulshan from Crescent Creation. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. I'm very excited to share that I have been chosen as the YouTube design team member at Koala Crafts. You all must be familiar with Jen Evers and her amazing YouTube videos. And for those of you who does not know, Jen Evers is the owner of Koala Crafts, where you can find weekly video tutorials, a lot of crafty products, and as well as digis. And today I'm here sharing a shaker card tutorial using one of the digis from Koala Crafts. For my project today, I chose this cute Daphne duck digi from Koala Crafts. I had this image in mind where I'll create a card in which this family of ducks are walking in a row, and that's how I printed my digis. I chose to make one duck a little bigger and rest of the ducks a little smaller, so that it looks like the bigger duck is the mama duck, and the other are her ducklings. And I'm using Copic markers to color my images here. For the duck's body, I'm using cool gray markers in C2, C3, C5 and C7 colors. But I ended up not using C7 as the C7 was too dark for my image here. I used 3 duck images in this card here, and I colored them all in a similar manner. So I will just show the coloring of one of the ducks, and rest of the 2 small ducklings I left it as they were very tiny, and I did really simple coloring on those 2. For the duck's beak, I'm using YR15, Y18 and Y02 Copic markers. The duck's beak is almost yellow with a little hint of orange that is given by YR15 here. And for its feet, I'm using YR18 and YR15. I'm not using a lot of colors here because those are really tiny areas. And last, for its scarf, I chose to keep it same colors. So I used Y02 as my base color. And the flowers on the scarf, I colored it with using YR18. Again, the area was too tiny to add any kind of shading. Once I finished coloring all the 3 images, I fuzzy cut them using my Tim Holtz scissor. And to add more depth to these images, I outlined these images using my Sakura black pen. You can see the difference here. Now that the images are ready, now let's work on our card design here. I die cut a circle window using Simon Says Stamp stitched circles die. I used the largest from this die set. I really like the stitch edges that you get on both your positive and negative of your die cut. Now, as we are creating a water shaker card, we will need a Ziploc bag, which is a little bigger than the window we created, so that the edges of the Ziploc bag hide nicely behind the window and only the water part will show. Now I have added some water in my Ziploc bag and closed it tightly, and I'm testing it to see if there are any leaks, and you can see it fits very perfectly behind my window. Next, I wanted to add some color to the water, so I'm using To Stitch Citron Distress Spray Stain here. And I sprayed it 2-3 times to get a really nice color. And you can use any kind of medium to color your water. I used this distress spray stain. You can use acrylic colors too. And I'm just mixing the water to get the color overall. I also chose to add clear rock candy distress glitter and star confetti from my stash. And I'm being very generous while adding the distress glitter because I wanted the glitter to show behind my images and not get lost. Now my shaker part is ready. Let's work on the background of the card. I'm working on the die cut circle. This will be the background of my window. Here I'm using cracked pistachio and broken china distress oxide and inking up the circle. Then I'll spray some water using my distress sprayer and let the water sit for 10-20 seconds and then blot it dry using some paper towel. I'm really liking working with the distress oxides. I like that they are very forgiving. You don't have to worry about any harsh lines. They blend so pretty well, and the effect you get when you spray water on it is just amazing. Now I'm sticking my circle die cut onto my background panel, and I'm using the circle window frame as my guide to place the circle die cut properly in the middle of my background panel. Now I'm cutting out a wave-like pattern to create my hillside border for my window here. I'm using cracked pistachio distress oxide to ink up this border, and once done inking, I'll use my distress sprayer to spray some water and then blot it dry using my paper towel. Once this border is dried, I will stick this to the back of the window panel using my ATG tool. Now to create the shaker window, I have cut down a piece of acetate to 4-inch square, and I'm sticking it at the back of this window panel. Now the front of my card is almost ready. Now we have to create a well where this the water-filled Ziploc bag can stay put, similar to what we create in a regular shaker card. We create a well using foam tapes, 2 or 3 layers of foam tapes, and we put shaker materials into it. So similarly, we're gonna create the well, and instead of shaker materials, we're gonna put our Ziploc bag contained with water in that area. I'm gonna use 2 layers of foam tape in here. The foam tape I'm using is from Daris. It's a adhesive foam sheet that comes in 33 pieces, and all these foam tapes are 1/8 of an inch. You can see I have not applied foam tape on top, as I'm going to first work on my Ziploc bag and then later apply the foam tape on top. I reduced a little bit of water in my Ziploc bag as I felt it was too much of water, and then here I'm putting a double-sided adhesive at the inside of my tape. This is just to secure the Ziploc bag more nicely. You can avoid this step, but I was just being over cautious, and I thought this is a better way to make sure that the Ziploc bag does not leak from top. It's an extra step, but I recommend you to do this because when you're making this whole handmade card and putting in so much of effort, you do not want it to leak in a day or two. So it's worth an extra step. Now, with the help of ATG tool, I will stick the Ziploc bag in place. This is just to ensure that the bag stays put, the Ziploc bag stays put and does not move. Now it's almost ready. I will apply the foam tape on top to finish the well, and then stick the top panel. Now my shaker window is all ready. Isn't it cute? Now using Tomboy Mono liquid glue, I'm sticking the images on top of the window panel. And for the sentiment, I used the stamp set from Your Next Stamp called Learning is Fun. And I stamped the sentiments, learning is fun, enjoy the ride, using VersaFine black onyx ink. I chose this sentiment here in this card because animals teach their kids everything. How to stay alive in this world, how to feed themselves, save themselves from their predators, etc. And I've always seen ducks walking in a row, and here in this card, when I see the mama duck in the front and the 2 ducklings following her, it feels like she's teaching her something. So I felt this is the perfect sentiment for this card. Learning is fun and enjoy the ride. So this was my card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and will give it a try. Thank you for visiting. Have a nice day.